Hey, what's going on YouTube? Will here from All Electric, back again with another video, and today we are going to be reviewing the Solo Stove Bonfire. I'm really excited about this. Huge thank you goes out to Akrama Tool, Nicola Pro, and Drone Quote supporting this channel at the All Electric tier. Click the link down below and support this channel for as little as $1 a month. I got this Solo Stove as a gift, not from Solo Stove, so this video is not sponsored. They didn't give me this product to review for you guys. This is just an honest review from somebody who got this product as a gift from a family member, and now I'm reviewing it for you guys. So first off, I want to say that this thing burns through some wood. Like, getting a fire started in this thing is easy. I just scrunched up some newspaper, put some twigs in the bottom, and then put some logs in. And the newspaper and everything lit up real quick, and the holes on the bottom of this device actually suck the air in up through the bottom, and there's actually some vents at the top of the Solo Stove, which you can see in one of these clips that actually has flames because fresh oxygen is pouring in through those holes. I just love the engineering behind this simple concept of, hey, I want to build a campfire, and now this is the most efficient way. Now, when I say it burns through some wood, that's because this thing gets so hot because it burns so efficiently. And that's one thing that I really love about it. A couple things that I want to get out of the way. Yes, you're playing with fire, so don't do that if you don't feel comfortable. And obviously, don't do it near your house. Make sure you're in a safe space using this fire pit. I use it out in my yard, although they do have some other pieces that you can get that lifts the Solo Stove off so you can put it on your deck or something like that. For me, I don't know if I'm going to use it in that way. I more liked it out in the middle of the yard, and especially putting it on grass and then being able to move it around the yard or move it to a different location if you're camping or if you have multiple properties. Now, I did have the Solo Stove on some mulch and then on some grass, and when it was on the grass, I did notice that the grass was a little bit wilted, but after a day or so, it did come back. So if you just want to put this directly on grass, don't worry, you're not going to kill the grass. I just removed it the next morning, moved the Solo Stove, cleaned it up, put it back in the bag, and there was absolutely no issue putting this directly on grass. Now, I did not try putting this on a deck like I said previously. I had it more away from the house, out in the yard. Now, I will say the outside of this fire pit, like the metal on the outside perimeter, does get hot. It's not going to burn you instantly if you touch it. It does get really, really hot. So if a kid touched it, he will probably feel it and start crying. So definitely keep that in mind. Now, keep in mind when you're chopping wood for this, you want to chop slightly shorter logs. So you don't want to have your logs coming out like you see here. You actually want to keep them inside of the Solo Stove, below those holes on the inside. That creates a maximum flow. And I did notice whenever I had a log pointed out, I got a ton more smoke around the fire pit. So definitely, to avoid the smoke, just put shorter logs inside and avoid doing what I'm demonstrating for you guys right here, as putting a log sort of halfway out, resting on that top rim. Now, one of the things that I didn't like about this is, so let's say it's in the evening and you're using this as a regular fire pit with your family, you're roasting marshmallows, the fire's burning down, and maybe it's going to rain later that night, or maybe it's not. So what happens with this steel container is it will rust if it gets wet or if it stays out in the elements for an extended period of time. So if you leave it out for several days. So one thing that I found is, even coming back several hours later, I still had some hot coals, and this huge tin can basically was still pretty warm. Now, I was able to dump the coals out into a safe bucket that was filled with water. It's still an extra step that you have to take compared to a regular stationary fire pit. If you just made a fire pit, let's say out of stones or something like that, that was in a fixed spot. So having that fixed spot, you don't have to worry about, cleaning up the mess or anything like that right away, because you want to get this indoors and out of the elements to avoid any long-term exposure to water. But you lose, with that fixed fireplace, you lose the ability to kind of pick this up and place it wherever you like. Let's say take it to a friend's house or take it camping with you. So I really do like that mobility aspect of this. And speaking of camping, this is a great thing to take with you camping because it is so easy to start a fire in this thing. Literally, if you have any idea of how to start a fire, you can. Not rocket science here, creating a fire. Now, when I actually went and picked up this Solo Stove, I was super pumped to find out that the huge box that it came in actually just fit. I had about a 1/4 inch to spare into the Model 3 trunk. So kudos again to Elon Musk and making the Model 3 trunk huge so that this huge box would fit. I want to jump back to the design of this real quick because it is designed so well that it doesn't require any, let's say, fire poking, or you don't have to have any knowledge of building a fire, or you don't have to tend to the fire like if you had a normal fire going. Because of this huge, let's say, ashtray underneath where the hot coals sit, all the ash falls down, which prevents the fire from being smothered. Really, really nice, and that feature is vastly underrated, I think, and I even overlooked that until I actually used this device and saw that any sort of ash would fall all the way to the bottom below where the hot coals were, and that created more room for fresh firewood to fall in those hot coals and then further ignite, just making the fire hotter and stronger. Like I said, this does burn through some wood, but it's because it burns so effectively because of this strategic design, and it's obviously that a thoughtful engineer designed this fire pit. I like so many things about this fire pit, but if you were on the fence, my number one thing is the ease of transportation. So if you plan on taking this with you camping, or if you have an RV or something like that, which a lot of people are doing now, you can take this with you easily to multiple locations after just dumping out the ash, dumping out the coals, and you can put it in this beautiful travel bag that comes with every Solo Stove, and then you can just take it with you wherever you want to go. So if you're on the fence and you are going to use it on multiple locations, then I would definitely go with the Solo Stove. Alright, so there you have it. That is a real quick review of the Solo Stove Bonfire. If you guys are interested in purchasing one of these, I'm going to have a link down below in the description where you can pick one of these up. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. Share this video with a friend, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. As always, I will see you guys in the next one.
What? That ain't all electric.